What's up, fight fans? I'm J.Cotto. Welcome to another edition of hashtag Come Back to Boxing's Late Night Boxing Talk. And well, I just gotta say, man, being an uploader, being an uploader is not an easy thing to do. A lot of people get on this YouTube thing, and they think that it's an easy thing to do. That once they say something, it's straight up print. That's it. You know, me, I would say about since the time that I started uploading, I would have to say I only had to take maybe one retake on making videos twice, because after that it just came from here. You know what I'm saying? It came from the heart. And well, basically, it's not for everybody. People have tried, and they had been successful for a certain amount of months, and then the pressures get to you. And what I mean by the pressures is just, see, this shit too has politics, and it's just the pressure of just basically people bashing you, people trying to tell you exactly how you should move your content, you know. Now we have complicated situations that just seem to be complicated for some people. Yeah, there's the race wars now and shit, you know. To tell you the truth, I feel like I'm in a fucking comic book. There's the fucking, you know, the race wars. You've got, you know, your fucking colorful faggot ass personalities, you know. You know, you've got funny motherfuckers like John Boxing. You know, that's my thumbs down mascot. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, these guys, they get on here and they race bait, and then they try to join factions, and then they try to talk to you like if they're leaders, but then at the end of the day, we all know what the fuck they are, which are followers, right? Exactly. You know, when I started making these videos, it took a long time for me to actually not even attempt to make one, just to think this whole shit out, because I knew that I was gonna get into something where certain fans were gonna try to dispute shit. We're gonna try to, you know, and sometimes with the uploaders, when you make certain collaborations with them, there are some uploaders that are fucking crazy. There's some uploaders that are fucking actually, you know, straight boxing. And then you've got some fucking uploaders that just have an agenda. You know what I mean? I, for one, have always felt everybody out. I've never had one bad collaboration. You know what I mean? So it's all good. The one I started collaborating with, of course, where everybody thought we were Batman and Robin and shit, was Thunderdome Boxing, of course. You know what I mean? And then after that, it just kept going on. You know what I mean? Boxing Librarian, Adam from 4C Sports. I even went on his radio station. You know what I mean? There's tons of them, you know? Then, of course, my man, the Fight Guru, peace to the Fight Guru. You know what I'm saying? My man, pulling some strings, did what he had to do, and just basically got interviews. You know what I mean? Of course, I'd like to thank the new uploaders and the uploaders that are, you know, becoming seasoned, for actually being honest and taking the time out and saying, yo, Cotto, thank you, you know, you were an inspiration. I started making videos because of you. You see that right there? That right there shows that when you actually put in your work and people happen to like your work, you just might inspire something positive and great. And look what's going on. So I've inspired, you know, several uploaders, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of them. You know, a lot of people go off what other people say when they report their boxing. Me personally, I usually go by what major boxing outlets or medias are actually saying. It's called investigation, folks. You know what I mean? Certain uploaders are just like tabloids, you know, where they just put in their little opinions and little fibs, and then they start making these columns where, you know, they start bashing boxers and shit. And my whole thing with that was always, okay, well, if a comment is gonna get you upset, or you even see that your boxer is gonna be talked about an uploader that tells the truth, and you know he's gonna go in because you know that your fucking fighter fucked up, and you're not going in on it, well, you're gonna have to step aside and let the guys do their fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Some people do this for money. Some people do it for hobby. Some people do it for the love. You know what I mean? I've also been accused of fucking fraudulent shit, which never came to fruition. Of course, I cleared myself out. Then I've also been accused of being afraid of admitting I'm a black man. I've been accused of the most funniest and ridiculous shit, but all I can do is just sit back and laugh, because that means you're doing something. You know, I've got thumbs down mascots who give me thumbs down on purpose, and I know that it's not done out of their own opinion. It's just done out of fuck that. You're not making any type of video that consists of an O. You're not gonna have a video without a blemish. And these are the fucking pricks, these other bags of dicks that do shit like this. It's all good. You know, everybody knows my track record when it comes to defending myself, defending what I stand for, defending the movement. Everybody knows, and when I mean everybody that has tried to take a shot at me, that has tried to take a shot at me for no fucking apparent reason, simply because I'm doing something better than they are, right? And that's validation from the fight fans, not myself. And as I'm pushing forward and I'm succeeding, these motherfuckers are just hating. You know? But they've all been handled with. I've wiped my ass with basically everybody that has tried to come in front of me. And it's done calmly with facts and, you know, with some class, because I'm a classy man. You know what I mean? It's also done with truth. Now, I, for one, love doing impersonations. I have a lot of talents. I have so many talents that it's ridiculous. I'm just putting it out there because, you know, when I made Brosco and his 45, Brosco and his 45 is a story that includes all races, all ethnicities within it. The main character is an Afro-American. The co-star is a Puerto Rican. And then there's a whole variety of other races in the story, which makes it a beautiful, beautiful thing. Of course, I like to say peace to 10 players. Karan Bread, Reef the Watcher, Andre Lewis, Duke Odin, YTBC Student, JR the Boxing Junkie, Dilltown, Zapata Boxing, Blood Boxing, man, Zone 6, I mean, so many Ghetto Superstar Boxing, I mean, so many other guys that I have met, and great personalities and great guys that I have met within the YouTube boxing community that was made by some real smart geniuses, man. You know, to actually come up with boxing for YouTube and for it to carry on all this long is fucking awesome. Regardless of the blemishes it's got because of certain motherfuckers, I have to give it to Bloodboxer 78, 96 Rough. May you rest in peace, Chris. I mean, all the innovators, man. All of the fucking innovators. Even fucking Beebs, man. All the innovators. You know, hashtag come back to boxing is just a movement. Not collecting no funding. Not. If I do make shirts, I give them shits out. You know what I'm saying? I do have to say that when I made this movement to a point where I just got sick of it. I got sick of it during the Mayweather era. You know, the manipulations and the stipulations and contracts, and you know, then it got even more fishier and fishier, and obviously a lot of people caught on. Now here on YouTube I may have 533 great awesome subscribers, but I'm all over social media. There are many more, and I'm definitely in England, I'm definitely in India. I mean, hashtag come back to boxing will get bigger, because that's exactly what it is. It's a movement that has us fight fans joining together with one color, red. And that red is for the blood. The blood. The blood that's spilled by the boxers, the blood that's spilled by the fans. It's basically a bond between you and the sport. And this is why I've taken an oath to myself and this movement that you can't lie. You can't have fuckery. You can't have fuckery within the sport. This, you know how there's certain things that you can say if you uphold yourself correctly, right? But then if you don't uphold yourself correctly, and you do say these things, you're not filling that shell in. So it's just a contradiction. So making this movement is basically, and without collecting no funds, without no AdSense, just trying to educate the fight fan as best as I can from the experience that was handed down to me from my granddad, to my father, to me. At a certain point in my life when I was younger, all three of us sitting and cheering and watching the fucking fights. Piece of jail, a boxing junkie who's still able to watch fights with his granddad, man. That's real. And everybody else has to understand that boxing has more of a tradition than fucking baseball. When you have tradition, you can't just say to yourself, all right, well, times change. Of course they fucking change. But the word tradition exists for a reason. Now when you follow tradition, you got to keep it tradition, you got to keep it honest, right? But a lot of you guys out there talk like if you were hustlers for your boxers. Like if you wash their drawers and press them really nice and have them folded in their mansions and shit for them. You guys act like you hold their dicks while they're fucking their wives and aiming them straight in there. I mean, you guys are ridiculous. Some of you guys are very fucking ridiculous with this. And if you go into my video history, when I first started and I was on Manny Pacquiao's side because I wanted this fight to go on and all the fuckery that was going on the other side, right? And then as the fight came to fruition, I thanked and I congratulated, and I was very grateful to both men. A certain subscriber got mad because I said the fight was a fucking robbery. And he's trying to say I contradicted myself because I said it was an okay fight. It was all right. It was all right. It was all right to see Pacquiao hold his own with an arm and going through all the other different bullshits that Mayweather had put him under, and then at the same time watching Mayweather's father tell Mayweather, you fighting like you scared. But I guess when you're biased and you just see things the way you want to see them, it's just like when you're thinking something about your female or a friend or something doing bad to you, but you put that all in your head. So now when you hang out with this person, it's all suspicion. It's all the corner of the eye, chilling type shit for no reason. Because you're biased, you put that in your head and you're just like, fuck it. This is exactly what's happening with you guys. You fucking guys that don't even follow me, that haven't even subscribed, but you're still in here trying to see what J.Cotto's doing. Well, I'm educating you fucking dummies. But to the rest of the fight fans and everybody else that knows what the fuck they're doing, even the casuals that are honest and call fuckery, hey man, I embrace you. But I can't fuck with casuals, super fanboys, super fanboys, fucking career fanboys, which are the ones that always love for, look for numbers and shit. Career fanboys. Then you've got your fucking, crazed fanboys. I can't fuck with any of those guys, man. Those guys are fucking out of this world. We can also speak on agendas. While a lot of you guys are on agendas, I'm over here writing stories and to keep the boxer occupied during times where there aren't any fights, or a fight or two are lagged far apart from each other from time, because one fight might be overseas, the other fight is in America. So you come over to J.Cotto's fight page free of charge. And you have a whole list of what the fuck I have on my channel. And I'm just going to run down the list real fast just to show you exactly what the fuck I have in my channel. Because I'm not about propaganda. I'm just about educating the fight fan. I have this, what we're doing now, late night boxing talk. I have talking with Tyson, which is like, it's sort of like having Mike Tyson with me, watching the matches, but I do such an impersonation of Mike simply because I happen to like Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mike Tyson happens to be the most dangerous heavyweight. Well, one of the fucking most dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I have Talking with Tyson, which I'm on 3. I have the Case of series, which breaks down and gives you a mini biography of fighters within the sport of boxing. I have Hitbox, which are videos, boxing videos and highlights of boxers that I felt would go great with a soundtrack that consists of hip-hop music. So I call it Hitbox. I have Brosco in his 45, which is going on its 2nd season, and I just dropped the teaser. And I'm getting positive feedback, especially on social media. You know what I mean? 10 plays. Let's get this. Let's do this movie. I also have a certain section to RFN Network, which is no longer with us, but goes by another name, which happens to be a great fella. Happen to like him, my brother. You know what I mean? I gave him a tribute because he was gone for a while, certain personal reasons. So I had to keep his spirit alive within the boxing community. You know what I mean? I try to keep people relevant even when they're not here, if they're good people and they're just dropping good boxing. You know what I mean? I also have certain videos that I've chosen out that I feel that are sort of like getting to the point you know, which is the YTBC slash hashtag come back to boxing. Then I also have the second annual, you know, videotaped fantasy fight league along with the first fight league. You know, and I also have the in-depth series, which is basically me interviewing fighters. And I have 6 videos so far of me having a one-on-one discussion on the phone with fighters. You know, they list from Mauricio Herrera to Tim Witherspoon to Roy Jones Jr., Jean Pascal, Jojo Dan, Cindy Amador, who retired on my, you know what I mean, on my video. And you know, we're still friends, man. I just gotta say that, you know, I appreciate each and every one of you as well, man. Each and every subscriber, even the new guys, you know. I know some guys have unsubscribed simply because I noticed that some of you like when I get into beef. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, I have a competitive edge. I used to kickbox. I mean, I used to compete. It's just to the point that the way I like to get on people, I wait until they start some shit. You know what I mean? You know, I'm not trying to have any conflict with anybody. It's just for some reason people find conflict with me simply because why? 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 What the fuck am I doing? Well, it just comes down to it, man. This is exactly what hashtag come back to boxing is. This is exactly what J.Cotto is about. I have other personal things and how I, of course, direct myself in my life. You know what I mean? Just got a brand new one with my wife. Everything's great, man. God is great. It's just this boxing thing bothers me, man, because this is something that I've always grown up on watching. You know, so I just basically wanted to give you guys an open door. And if you happen to run across this video and you're not subscribed at all, subscribe, man. Subscribe. Because I like to talk about boxing. And I definitely am number one in talking about topics and bringing up great boxing topics. Now, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think my channel on YouTube, it's not number one, it's not the best. But I think it's doing something and giving to the sport. Of course, we all know what the fuck is going on in today's world. But if you need an escape, if you need the truth, if you need something where you're pissed off and you have no energy to talk about scumbags in the boxing business or how things are going or not going, come on down to J.Cotto's fight page, guys. Brothers and sisters, you're more than welcome. This isn't a plea. I don't get paid for this shit. But I will say this. Every time I make a video, it's from the heart. And I know that I'm not wasting my time. I don't expect to waste yours either. And this is exactly why, if you're subscribed to me and you're biased about your boxer, but you happen to like me, you happen to like my content, I happen to like you, and we trade a couple of boxing suggestions and stuff, I'm going to do my best to shake that bullshit off you so you can see exactly what your fighter's about, so that way you can strengthen your fighter and speak upon your fighter instead of bashing him. Or bashing the other fighters. The whole thing here is not to bash fighters on the regular for anything unless they're doing shit on the regular. The whole thing here is to push the sport, to bring it back to the genuine quality that it had, and for guys to start filling in that shell. Because I'm getting kind of sick and tired as a fan hearing fighters that don't even hurt themselves, that don't even hurt the other, that don't even hurt the opponent. And they're talking about the hurt business. This is the hurt business. That's just like a baseball player that's benched. He's talking about home runs. You know what I mean? That's just like a short dick nigga talking about he got a big dick. That's just like an ugly chick over the phone telling you she's fucking gorgeous. You see what I mean? It's not good to lie, man. It's the, you know what I mean? It's no good. And then at the same time, you guys have sort of like a fucking system that's called selective understanding, where you guys get crazy, man, and you know, you start praising your boxes to the point, man, where you just you guys are just fucking ridiculous with that shit. But if I like you and you like me and we're kicking it and we're trading boxing suggestions, well, I'm just saying, I'm gonna help you, and so is everybody else in the movement, man. My name is J.Cotto. Thank you for joining my fight page. Thank you for joining Late Night Boxing Talk. And I figured that, once again, I'll let you know exactly what hashtag Come Back to Boxing's about. I'll let you know exactly what J.Cotto's about, and that's exactly what it is, guys. God bless each and every one of y'all, and I just hope that the fight tomorrow better be some shit, even though we know what's gonna happen. Have a great night, fight fans. Peace.